Well, good evening, folks. I've got a project today. It's a continuation of the epoxy floor project. It's time now that everything is out of the garage to clean the garage floor, check things out, and do the concrete grinding. So I rented a grinder from a local rent shop. They have these diamond impregnated inserts that are used to grind the concrete and get it ready for epoxy painting. We need to get it to about a 100 grit on a piece of sandpaper, if you will, or equivalent to that. So here's how we do that. This grinder is electric. It has a vacuum port on it to remove all the dust, and dusty it is when you grind concrete. So we install the normal shop vac. I'm just using my shop vac. I didn't have to rent one. Adjust the head to level. Put on your mask and your other favorite PPE, but definitely a mask, and get started. So I started grinding a couple of the areas that were a little low that usually hold water. And I want to put a filler in there, a self-leveling filler. So I get that from Quikrete. First, you have to add a bonding agent. It's like a primer, if you will. So I added that primer to these couple of spots, let it dry, mixed up the self-leveling mix there, and then pour it on. It seems really simple. The concept is really simple, but in practice, it's not quite as simple. First, it didn't level as far as I thought it would, and maybe I didn't have the mixture quite thin enough, not sure. It left a pretty large high spot, but I overcame that with a grinder, ground it back to level, and finished off the rest of the garage. Then I got a big surprise. After grinding and cleaning the floor, I learned that it looks like when they poured this concrete, they used asphalt in the mix, which I've never seen before. So there's chunks of asphalt in this concrete floor mix that is going to be problematic for me. So I've zoomed in to a couple of these spots, and this asphalt will have to come out of there. So, not to fear, never give up. Let's see if we can take care of that next. So I got some degreaser from Zep. It's called the purple degreaser from Zep. And I put that on the floor, used my power washer to clean up as much of that as I could. So that's what I'm doing right now. We're getting ready to put this Zep degreaser down. I'm spraying it down just to give it a coat, let it soak for a while. Spraying it on straight because I want this asphalt to come up. And then I'll use the steel broom that I have there, made by Steel. And we'll power wash it. See how that works out. Next, I put on a tip on the end of my nozzle of my power washer. It's just a straight tip, no angle deflection whatsoever. And I blasted as many of those asphalt spots as I could across the garage floor. It took me a long time, but I got the majority of them, and it pretty much blew out the asphalt pieces and left a clean hole down below. Still some sort of stained areas and sort of spots that look like they're stained, but for the most part, it's out. So now I think I will do an acid etch on behind this, just to make sure that we've gotten all the asphalt out. Certainly this is not something you'll probably run into ever. Hopefully you don't, but here we are. So next is going to be an acid etch, and then hopefully a epoxy coating. So stand by for more. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, or dissent. You've been watching the Junkyard Tailgate channel. Good day.